the world of Rage and Destiny, I kind of wanted it to be in a fantasy world that didn't exist, to give me more freedom. And of course, I'm pretty sure that's scientifically impossible, but it does create some incredibly great visuals on how this will look like and what it will mean, and how I can use that to create this unique environment that Gaia houses for the characters. The population of Gaia, the humans that live on Gaia, are all in one city, Sanctuary City, and it's basically the size of a country, this city, and everybody lives within it, because outside the walls of the city, Gaia is a very beautiful but dangerous place. It's filled with monsters and hazardous scenarios and situations. Tundra Lagoon is this frozen ice cap with a permanent frost wind hurricane around it that is so violent it kind of sweeps up chunks of ice and makes these kind of floating islands within itself. Dangerous swamp-like jungles where a lot of the city's pollution is pumped into and creates this horrible pollution-based atmosphere that's virtually impossible to traverse. Autumn Falls is where Slider did all of his training all of his life, and it's a forest permanently locked in autumn with these beautiful 100-foot waterfalls around everywhere. It's very picturesque how much freedom it gives me to sort of explain this place as Slider's travelling along it. I find it fascinating that what if scenarios that Gaia allows me to do, sort of like what if you travel to the end of the world and you meet this kind of hollowed asteroid section, what would that look like? How would you be able to traverse that? So this location called Gaia's Grave, which is like the edge of the world that you can travel to, you can see the spikes of the asteroids that holds the planet, and you can, if you wanted to, you'd be able to walk the asteroid and you'd die. But it allows me to create these incredible moments where the characters are walking through this atmosphere and they can hear the space debris hit the Gaia's Grave like cocoon that holds the planets, and it just allows me to go wild with the kind of places that we're in. Sanctuary City, having everybody, the population of the world in one city, what would that look like? How would that function? It would be quite, I've envisioned it in the book as quite a futuristic city, but I still wanted all the history to be kept there because no one's been able to move elsewhere and expand elsewhere. So they didn't want to lose what they had in the past or forget what they had, because they've always lived there. It's kind of like you're possessive of what's there, but they've built around it and up and below. It's incredibly fulfilling to create such a fantastical world where the only limit is my imagination on what I can build these locations and not be held prisoner by real world locations. And Gaia, I find, is a fantastic playground for me to experiment and create new areas. As the books go on, I describe more of these locations that are on Gaia and where the characters go to. I'm very excited to sort of explain and try and put to words these incredible places I've imagined to the reader, and sort of envelope them in this fantastic world that can't exist, but it does within the pages of Rage and Destiny, which is very special to me.